Don't let the romantic terminology fool you. Karmic relationships are dysfunctional by definition. Turn on the radio, and chances are, you'll hear a song about a relationship that transcends time. A love that's written in the stars for better or for worse. In 1999, Savage Garden vocalist Darren Hayes sang, "I Knew I Loved You Before I Met You." In 2011, Christina Perri declared, "I've loved you for 1,000 years, I'll love you for 1,000 more." In 2020, Taylor Swift mused, "All along there was some invisible string tying you to me." Love songs like these have primed us to connect with the concept of karmic relationships, which, like the related concept of twin flames, is having a moment right now. It sounds deeply romantic in theory. But what do karmic relationships look like in practice? Are these relationships healthy? We asked registered psychotherapist Natasha Duke, MA, RP. What is a karmic relationship? Defining a karmic relationship is tough. It's not a clinical term with specific signs or symptoms, and both karma and reincarnation are deeply tied to religious beliefs. Karma is a principle of causality, ethics and, in some cases, rebirth, that originated in Hinduism. Karma also plays a defining role in Buddhism and Jainism. But the concept has also been popularized and secularized in the Western world over time. Many people now use the word karma to describe the idea that you reap what you sow. That our actions have consequences we'll face eventually, whether in this life or the next. Most people who believe in the idea of karmic relationships describe them this way. A karmic relationship is a connection forged over multiple lifetimes. These preternaturally intense and volatile partnerships have an almost addictive quality. They're bad for you, but the bond is so strong that leaving feels almost impossible. In theory, karmic relationships teach us lessons, help us atone for mistakes, or facilitate personal growth. Not every person who uses the phrase karmic relationships necessarily believes in karma or reincarnation, but they likely to see their love lives as spiritually guided in one way or another. That's how people who believe in karmic relationships describe them. But how do mental health providers see it? I think that, in the psychology world, we would talk about these situations as dysfunctional or unhealthy relationships, Duke says. The closest equivalent she can think of is a pop psychology term that's slowly gaining ground in clinical spaces: trauma bonding. Karmic relationships are connections that are very quick to start and then fall into a pattern, Duke explains. It's a cycle where you argue, you make up, and then it gets very passionate and intense again, until the next intense argument. So, it's high highs and low lows, which is never really good for anybody. Duke isn't surprised that this way of understanding relationships is gaining steam right now.